Hi, I am Gurumurthy. Today I am going to explain about transmission media from networking. A transmission media can be broadly defined as anything that can carry information from a source to a destination. So it is a physical path between transmitter and receiver in a data transmission system. Transmission media are actually located below the physical layer, and also it is directly controlled by the physical layer. In telecommunication, the transmission media can be divided into broad categories. One is the guided, another is the unguided. Guided includes twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Unguided is a free space. First, guided media, in which electromagnetic signals or data can be transmitted by using a wired media like copper wires and fiber optics. In unguided media, electromagnetic signals or data can be transmitted by using a wireless media. Guided media consists of three types of cable. First one is the twisted pair cable, next one is the coaxial cable, third one is the fiber optic cable. First one is the twisted pair cable. A twisted pair consists of two conductors, normally both are copper wires, each with its own plastic insulation twisted together. In this diagram, you can find the two conductors are covered by the insulator, in which one of the wires is used to carry the signals to the receiver, other is used only as the ground reference. Here, twisting refers to the number of twists per unit of length that determines the quality of cable. If more twists, we can get the better quality of. Next is the again twisted pair cable is divided into two types of cable. Unshielded twisted pair, next one the shielded twisted pair. This is the general real-time diagram for the UTP and STP. First one is the UTP. It is a normal telephone wire and also most common twisted pair cable used in communications. The EIA stands for Electronics Industry Association classify the UTP cable into seven categories. The categories are determined by cable quality with 1 as the lowest and 7 as the highest one. Category first 1 used in telephone line, low speed data cable. And also category 2 supports up to 2 Mbps implementation. Category 3 supports up to 60 Mbps and mostly used in 10 Mbps speed. Category 4 used for large distance and high speed. It support up to 20 Mbps. Category 5, this is the highest rating for UTP and can support up to 100 Mbps. Category 5 is the extension of Category 5, supports 125 Mbps, and Category 6 supports 200 Mbps speed, and Category 7 supports the 600 Mbps. This is the general diagram. This is the Category 1 type, this is the Category 5E type. Next is the connectors. UTP consists of 2 pair of 4 pair of twisted pair cable. If the cable with the 2 pair, we can use the RJ45 connector, or else if the cable with the 4 pair, we can use the RJ45. RJ45 stands for resistor jack 45. So it is RJ45 is the key connector. It's meaning the connector can be inserted in only one way. What are the main advantages? It is low cost, easy installation, and also supports high speed. Drawbacks is the very short distance due to attenuator. Next is the STP. Here the STP cable, which is produced by the IBM as defined as the standard twisted pair cable, and also it is the very bulky and more expensive. The shielded pair to the avoid the interference. What are the characteristics? It has the medium cost, easy to installation. It has the high attenuation, same as the UTP. It is the minimum immunity from EMI, and also it has the meter under meter limit distance. When compared to the UTP, STP has the merits of it is shielded pair, it is also faster than UTP and coaxial. When compared to the UTP, it has the drawbacks very more expensive and also difficult installation and also high attenuation rate. Next cable is the coaxial cable. It is a very common and widely used communications media. We can say TV wire is also one of the coaxial cable. Coaxial cable gets its name because it contains two conductors that are parallel with each other. There are three phenomena. One is the central conductor, one is the insulator, next one is the outer conductor. Central conductor is the also copper wire, acts as the conductor where the information travels. It is more thicker than the two-step pair cable, and also it's a copper wire is having high transmission rate than the two-step pair due to the less EMI. This central conductor is covered by the insulator. It is the white and plastic material used to separate the inner and outer conductor. Outer conductors mainly used to protect the cable from the EMI. This is the common general diagram for the coaxial cable. This is the, you can see, insulator. We can separate the inner conductor and the outer conductor. Its characteristics: it has the low cost, easy to install, it has support up to 10 Mbps speed, medium attenuation. Advantage: it is very expensive, it is easy to install, and also it is easy to expand. Drawbacks is the when single cable failure can take down the entire network. When connectors in coaxial cable, it has the three connectors: BNC connectors, BNC-T connectors, and BNC terminator. When BNC stands for Bay 1 Nail Concealment. So to connect the coaxial cable to the devices, we need a coaxial connectors. BNC connectors is used to connect the end of the cable to a device such as a TV set. BNC-T connectors used in Ethernet network to branch out to your connections to a computer or other device. BNC terminator used at the end of the cable to prevent the reflection of the signal. So we can see this all the connectors of coaxial cable. This is the BNC connectors, BNC-T connector, this one is the BNC terminators. So next one is the fiber optic cable. The fiber optic cable is then made up of glass or plastic that transmits single in form of light. Before going to see the fiber optic cable, you should know nature of the light. This is the light travels in a straight line as long as it's moving through a single uniform substance. If a ray of light traveling through one substance suddenly enters the another substance, the ray changes the direction. This diagram shows how a ray of light changes direction when going from a more dense to a less dense substance. In this diagram, we are comparing I. I stands for angle of incidence and critical angle. If I is less than critical angle, the ray refracts and moves closer to the surface. If I equal to critical angle, the light bends along the interface. If I greater than critical angle, the ray refracts and travels against the densest substance. So usually optical fibers use the reflection to guide the light through a channel. A glass or plastic core is surrounded by a cladding of less dense glass or plastic. So next one is the propagation mode. In fiber optic cable, there are two modes. One is the single mode, next one is the multi-mode. Multi-mode consists of step index and graded index. First one is the single mode. Single mode uses the step index fiber and highly focused source of light that limits the beam to a small range of angles, all close to the horizontal. The single mode fiber has much smaller diameter in that of multi-mode fiber and a lower density. Here, next to the multimode step index and multimode gradient index. First, multimode step index. Here, we can differentiate step index and gradient index by using density constant. In step index, the density of core remains constant from the center to the edges, and also it increases the distortion of the signal through the cable. In gradient index, the density is higher at the center of the core and decreases at the lower at the edge. So it decreases the distortion of the signal through the cable. This diagrams shows the impact of this variable density on the propagation of the light beams. The next one is the composition of the typical fiber. The typical fiber consists of four layers. First one is the outer jacket, kelvor, plastic coating, and finally it's fiber optic cable. So the fiber is at the center of the cable and it consists of cladding and core. Core is innermost section and it is the glass or plastic. The cladding is a core surrounded by its cladding. Its less dense or glass or plastic. Outermost jacket is the outermost layer. Remaining outer jacket, kelvor, and plastic coating is used to strengthen the cable. Next one is the fiber optic cable connect. There are three connectors are available. First one is the SC connectors, next one is ST connector, and the MT-RJ connector. Subscriber channel is used for cable TV. ST connector is used for connect cable to the network devices, and also MT-RJ connector is same as the RJ40. This is the general structure of fiber optic cable connectors. Finally, there are two advantages. It has the high bandwidth and less attenuation and the lightweight and immediate automatic interference. There are drawbacks of the fiber optic cable, high cost and difficult to install and maintenance and unidirectional. So unidirectional is the propagation light is unidirectional and also two fibers are needed if we need the bidirectional converters. That's all about the transmission media. Thank you very much.